Libra, welcome to your general overview. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. I just want to take a moment to point out to you your house shirt. I made a house shirt for everybody, this and more in my merch store if you want to check it out. And it is Game of Thrones inspired, and it says House Libra, and then I made a motto for you. It says, balance of mind brings truth of heart. Hopefully, I captured your collective energy, and I hope you like it. And like I said, there's more than this style available to you if you want to check it out. In fact, you actually might see the merch under this video. It kind of depends on what device you're using, and if not, no worries, there will be a link to my store in the top of the comments pinned. Okay, check it out. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support like always. You are one of my larger collectives, and your support means the world to me. And just to remind you, your donations and your purchases, they go back into the channel. They support me, the functions, and then also helps me keep ads low on YouTube. Okay, I appreciate you. We're going to start with pulling an oracle card from the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle. What's going on, please? What's going on, please, for Libra? Show me the Libra Collective. Show me the Libra Collective. What's going on for Libra, please? Show me Libra. What's going on? What's going on for Libra, please? Oh. Number 27. Oh, the universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take today? Good. What you put in motion today will pay off for you in future, yeah? For some of you, by the way, the 27th might be terribly important. Of what month I could not say. The universe rewards motion. That is true. There are two types of judgment, roughly speaking. The kind that is presented unto us as a decision that was inevitable, something that is being presented to us, and the judgment that we make, the decisions that we make, right? It's both. And there are things that when you set them into motion and it's right for you and it gives back to you, you continue to give yourself to it, and thus you are rewarded. So what can you set in motion? What have you been meaning to? And for some of you, congratulations, you just started putting something into motion. And we hopefully will see rewards on that, you know? And that could be anything, honey. An idea, a skill, a hobby, a job. I don't know, love. Let's take a look. Let's find out. Now, speaking of which, these are general overviews. They are meant to be a more focused reading of your internal and external energies. I will see energies, of course, I believe outside of you, and if that's true, I will make note of it and make sense of it in as much as I am capable, but really the focus is supposed to be on you. I'm really trying to get off of them and they. I've had enough of the general readings that are love-oriented. I've had my fill. I've had my absolute fill, honey. I need a break. Like I was telling somebody else, I need some salt with my sweet. Okay. Seriously. Let's focus on the self. What do we need to be doing? Where do we need to be looking? Gemini actually had quite an extensive one and a really good example of the general overview. So if you have Gemini on your chart, you might want to check theirs out. Show me, Libra. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Ooh, Two of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Some of you is like, I want to invest in love, but I'm not sure. What's going on, please? What's going on for Libra? Show me the Libra Collective, please. Show me the Libra Collective. Show me the Libra Collective. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. King of Cups, beautiful heart space, but it was burdened. 10 of Wands, Queen of Wands. I'm seeing actually both of these energies as you. If it presents itself as two people, then it will. But I'm seeing you with some very strong energy here that says, look, it's a struggle for me, Christina, sometimes to keep my heart open and fluid, and sometimes it's quite the burden. It's quite the strain, but I never lose my passion, and I never tries to lose sight of my feelings despite whatever it is that's going on. So some of you have a tendency to overcontract yourselves and you feel like you get pulled in multiple directions. Now you obviously did that and agreed to those things out of love, right? And passion, and I can do this and I have energy for this. And it's that same kind of thing where you can have all that strong feeling and strength of heart and goodwill and passion and fortitude that puts us in this position of sometimes overreaching and saying, more yeses than nos. Sound familiar? But you're still trying to show me positivity despite that. That's like I have goodwill, good intention, good heart, good energy, and I want to meet Christina as many of these obligations as possible. You're telling me I got this. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, but I got this, right? It comes from a good place. Okay, Eight of Swords, what we cannot see. Nine of Swords, that's a lot of stress, honey. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress. You're showing me a foundation principle here of Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so you have some sense of solidity, some sense of stability, which is great. But this is a lot of mental conflict that you are slinging around. What's up with that? Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, that's a lot. That's a lot. What's with all the conflict? What's with all the concern? Does it have to do with your foundation? Or is this fine? And that's what's giving you some peace despite what's going on with you mentally. Let's keep going. Some of the future, the High Priestess, you're feeling the world. Oh, that's why Four of Swords. There's something here you need to close out and you're resisting doing it. That's where all the stress is coming from. I got it. I got you. I got you, honey. Now, I summarized that super quick, but you're the one who actually has to live it, right? Intuitively, you felt something was supposed to cycle out a long time ago, and it stresses you out. The thing is that your brain, that beautiful Libra and balance system you have, is fighting with you. Don't do it, you're not ready. Don't do it, you're not ready. Don't do it, you're not ready. And your mind is trying to hijack you out of your experience of your intuition, specifically about what it is that you're supposed to do to, in fact, alleviate your stress, not add to it. There is something here in all this strain of activity that you have taken on out of goodwill, good intention, good love, good energy. But you know you need to give it up. It's probably not contributing to your foundation or your stability, and it causes you more mental anxiety and emotional anxiety than anything else. And you know, the Libra I'm looking at, you already know what I'm talking about. Could be a work thing, a habit, a helper function. Too many helper functions in here, possibly for some of you, yes. It could be a situation that you got tied into and you want to untie yourself from it. A circumstance, a place, a person. Any of those things. All of those things. A combination of those things. I got your energy running around in multiple directions. Some of them reward you, and others, you have a tendency to take it on because you felt that you could, but it doesn't necessarily benefit you to be engaged in it. You know this. So when I tell you, you already know what this is. Activity, situation, place, circumstance, job, hobby, fucking volunteering, I don't know. A love interest, I don't know. But you already know what the conclusion is. It takes away from you, it doesn't give to you. It doesn't matter that you started it or engaged in it out of goodwill or good feeling. The fact of the matter is it's not contributing to your stability. I don't think. Not your mental stability, I'll tell you that. And it's got to come to a close. You feel it. And the sooner you process that, the sooner you can rest and breathe a sigh of relief where it is done. And now you can rest. Four Swords. We got to cycle something out, baby. And it's looking like it's in your best interest. I have to agree. I was like, where the hell is all that mental activity coming from? We'll find out. Let's find out. Yeah. This was overdue, honey. This was overdue. Yeah, I got it. You really tried to make something. Sometimes the underlying catches my attention. You tried to make something work to the point of obsession, and it ran contrary to what you feel. Big heart, but the conflict was born as that you continued to force yourself to engage in an activity that you said, I got it, I can turn it around, I got it. You don't got it. You were never supposed to got it. Whatever this is, it's not for you. But you kept at it because you said, this is coming from me, of my own goodwill, and I got to keep that going, right? Nope. Some of you had to find out some shit the hard way about continuing on in an activity that's no good for you, or constructive efforts, whatever that is, because it should be work, but we're finding that out now. Tower caught my attention. Let's break it down. Show me this King of Cups, please. Beautiful heart space. I believe I'm looking at a Libra that you tend to act through love, as well as good energy here. That's a great combination. Water, fire, hell yeah, they work together when they're on board. Show me that King of Cups. I am not seeing it as outside energy. I'm attributing both of those aspects to you. Scorpio's was very different. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, as indicated by the King of Cups, High Priestess, maybe check theirs out, but theirs was straight up dual. It was two people. But no, I'm seeing both of those complexities, beautiful complexities within you. Show me that King of Cups, please. Regardless, take what resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies if there's someone else in here outside of you. Show me. Show me that King of Cups. Show me that King of Cups. Show me that King of Cups. Show me that King of Cups, please. Four of Cups. Dang it. You know, the Star. I know. Three of Wands, honey. There's something that you have put your whole heart into. There is something here that you put your whole heart into. I don't know what it is. You would. Speaking of Gemini, again, if you have Gemini in your chart, check theirs out. They had a very similar concept here, and I promise you I've shuffled the cards many a time between you and them. I always wash in between readings, not just on camera. It's overwhelming sense of I'm going to continue to show this thing love and my best intentions because it means a lot to me, even though whatever this is disappoints the hell out of me. But Three of Wands, I keep looking out there and you are literally waiting for whatever this is to improve. You've got your emotions invested in this big time. You have a big heart for this, but whatever is supposed to be giving back to you, it's not fulfilling emotionally. So you're telling me I'm giving this a lot of feeling, honey. Like, Christina, I'm giving this my best feeling. I am. My whole heart's in this. Great. So your sincerity is there. But is it coming back to you? Okay? And that Star is whatever it is to you. Something that you keep throwing yourself into. Because you want it to be for you, right? That's the whole point of the Star. We have to walk the pathway in order to understand if that's our Star. And you've been walking that Star pathway, whatever this is, with good feeling behind it, good intentions, good sincerity. But you are continuously disappointed by it, but you're like, Three of Wands, give it more time. It'll be mine. It'll be mine. I know it will be mine. I know it will be. Anything I love that much just needs more time. What if it doesn't love you back? I get that a lot with people. But I love them. But do they love you? Or I love this job. But does it give you what you need? But I'm really attached to XYZ. Is XYZ fulfilling your life or helping you at all? Or are you just holding on to stuff because it means a lot to you? That's what I mean. Does it give back to you? It's not just a person. It's situation, places, circumstances. Okay? So I know you have a lot of emotional value to whatever that Star is to you. And you keep looking at it. One day it's going to pay off. One day it's going to pay off. One day it's going to give back to me at the same level I give to it. I know it. Ten of Wands, please. Show me the strain. And this isn't just one specific thing. I see you over-occupying yourself in multiple directions. You have a tendency to overcommit yourself. That there is one thing in here specifically that you put whole heart into, hoping it will pay you back in the same way. And bravo for trying to understand if that Star is for you. Like I said, you have to engage in it, otherwise you're never going to know. Again, reference Gemini. But you're learning that it's not for you, and you don't want to accept that. I know. That's the drawback of being a Scorpio, honey, right there at King of Cups. You put a whole heart into something or someone, it doesn't pay us back, and we don't want to see that. We don't want to see it. The depth of feelings, man. I'm going to be quite the bitch. Show me that Ten of Wands, please. Show me that Ten of Wands. Show me that Ten of Wands. But I admire your emotional strength. I really, really do. You're telling me you wouldn't be doing it unless it was that important to you. Ten of Wands, the Hermit, Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Through all this activity, you're telling me it's worth it. You do. You're telling me that it's worth it. It's a strain on you, but you really think something good will come of it. You actually believe in that. And I believe that you believe that. Where's the proof? I would feel better with the proof. You're waiting on the proof too. That's why you keep doing it. And it's not just one thing. One thing stands out more than the other things, but you got multiple things going on. that says, I put some stuff into here, I put some stuff into here. And the idea is it generates all this activity. And you reassure me, but Christina, I got the energy. I got the energy. I got the energy. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I understand. I believe you. I do. And you have a goal in mind. It's going to bring in other things. It's going to make way for new opportunities. And if I commit myself to these things enough, I'm going to get an even bigger opportunity to come in. I know it. I feel it. Something big's going to come down the pipeline. I can feel it, but I got to keep on with what I got, right? You are showing me a phenomenal amount of optimism, energy, know-how. You really have a strong conviction for what you do and how you do it, and that's beautiful. Some of you are waiting for the opportunity to kind of supplant all the other little things that you're doing, right? You look forward to consolidating your efforts one day. Some of that Queen of Wands, now here for you twice. Some of that Queen of Wands. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Wands. You really haven't lost the faith. You really are on a particular track, or at least you were in the recent past. Your activities were very straightforward. The idea is that we keep marching on. I got to continue to grow what's been growing. Okay? The idea is that with you cultivating all this energy and giving it your best goodwill and attention, is that something stronger will come from it. Particularly this. You're saying it's going to come in. This big thing. If I continue to show it love and patience and my good efforts and energies, it will pay me back in kind. And experience has taught you that's usually the formula. I agree. That's typically the formula. So that's why I asked you earlier, what if it doesn't? Remember, we'll talk about the star. It's not until you're on the pathway that you understand if it's right for you. And how do you know if it's wrong for you? It doesn't give back. Now, I'm looking at a Libra that says this needs more time. I believe you. And you're willing to kind of give that energy towards this. You already did, at least in the past. You committed your energy towards this. It just needs more time. And then something big will come from it. And it will solidify and it will make itself known. Okay? That's it. You're like, that's it. This is what we're doing. This is the plan. Doesn't matter if it strains me. Okay? There's a plan here, Libra says, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, let's jump on over here to the Eight of Swords. It's like I have no plans to change this right here because I know this will pay off. All right. So, no, Eight of Swords, please. I'm kind of tempted to combine those. Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords. What separates them? One sword. There ain't much there, honey. Stress, anxiety, overthinking. I can't see, I can't see, I can't. You can't see because your thoughts are running around like crazy. That's a lot of chasing what-if scenarios, and they're all negative. What if this happens and it's bad? What if that happens and it's bad? Show me some of that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, some of that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, some of that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. What is all this mental turmoil? Show me all this mental turmoil, please. 8 and 9, 8 and 9, 8 and 9. Show me this, please. 10 of Swords, no shit. The Magician. You keep putting your love into something that you are terrified is going to end. Okay, that's on your mind day and night, and I already know what it is. So do you. It's the thing that you desire the most that's not paying off. It's not loving you back. It's not giving you back. It's not contributing back. It's not what you thought it was. It's not the opportunity. Again, for some of you it's work. For some of you it's love. For some of you it's family and friends. I don't know. It's whatever fits your particular Libran bill. It's going to be different for every one of you. So you tell me what that is to you if you are so inclined. I just know this. You are absolutely terrified. This is your mental shit running around like crazy. This is a chicken with his head cut off, going like this. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. What are you afraid of? Pain. Ending. Pain. Ending. Pain. Ending. So what do we do about it? Libra says, we manifest more love. Right? Give it more love. Give it more of my time, care, and attention. Give it more attention. Give it more love. And that will push away any fears of an ending here. You gave something more appreciation, time, energy, and effort and love than it gave you. The idea is I'm not getting much back. What does that mean? I don't want to think about what that means. Give it more love. That's what we do. Meanwhile, what's causing the triggering of all this swords, honey, is realizing the feedback loop is not complete. You're not getting feedback on your side for your pursuits, your efforts, your time and energy. And honey, it takes a brave person to see that. Especially when we put so much of ourselves into something or someone, and it's like, it can't be true, it can't be true, it can't be true, it can't be true that they don't feel the same way, it can't be true that this opportunity is not working out, it can't be true, I put too much of myself in this, damn it, it can't be true. So what do? We freak out on the inside, but in the real world we show it more love than it gives us, right? This can only sustain for so long, and you know that. I told you from the very beginning, you already know what it is. You still do. I could probably turn this message off right now, and you would still know what I'm talking about without further clarification. It's with you day and night. This situation, place, or person is on your mind day and night. And because you so strongly desire it, and because you so strongly love it, you are willing to overlook the fact that it doesn't give back to you. Psychological tip. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a person because it's just easier. People understand the relationship stuff a little easier. Okay. When we don't know someone else's feelings, guess what we do? More often than not, human beings, more often than not, more than 50% of the time, which is a good chunk of it. Psychologically speaking, when human beings do not understand someone else's feelings, and let's say what is supposed to be a romantic relationship, guess what the other person does? You think they'd fuck off, right? I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what your feelings are for me. You're giving me mixed signals. I'm out. That's ideally what we would do. Most of us, however, put in twice or 3 times as much effort in the other person in order for them or you to discern their feelings. If I give them more love, they'll eventually respond. Or they'll reciprocate. If I do this one more thing or say this one more thing, and so you actually end up giving that person more attention, and they pay very little for it. They become less inclined to show you more because they're already getting what they need for you for very little effort or essentially for free. This same rule applies to work, family, friend dynamics. If I compensate for what's not being given to me, it might generate more activity on the other person's side. They'll show appreciation. No, they just do what they've been doing, taking it for granted. You would think humans aren't hardwired for this, but that's exactly what we do. It takes experience before we get to that stage. You don't tell me how you feel, ever. You give me mixed signals, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to fuck off now. That takes experience. And what does that experience look like? Exactly what you're fucking going through. I already know this about you, Libra. The Libra I'm looking at, you already have a tendency to overcommit. You already have a tendency to be overgenerous. You already have a tendency to share some of the best of your resources already. And you say you're used to it. I believe you. You say you have a lot of energy and a lot of love. I believe you too. But there's one thing out of all the things you obligate yourself to, there's one that you want the most from. Just time, more time. Time passed. And now you're 8 of Swords, you are 9 of Swords, and you are 10 of Swords. That is acceleration. That is undeniable. We are tortured by our own thoughts for fear of pain. I got news for you, honey. You're already in pain. You don't need to fear an ending because this thing never began. Think about it. It began for you emotionally, but not on the other side. You can't fear an ending when there was no beginning. For those of you who are wondering why I was talking about that stuff, that is my background. Before I doing what I do now, I was a counselor of 10 years. Okay. And it's just amazing. Human behavior. That's why I studied it. And when you see it reflected in tarot, it's wild, man. It's wild. And this is a very classic scenario. You are overcompensating for what you're not getting. And it creates a loop where whatever it is that's supposed to be giving it back to you, okay, isn't, so you give it more. And that's not good. You're literally manifesting the emotion at this point. That's how exhausted you are. I just gotta continue to show enough. Even though you're in mental turmoil and you're in pain. To prevent an ending for something that never began. Keep that in mind. Ten of Pentacles, show me this foundation. Show me this Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me this Ten of Pentacles. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. By the way, I wore my feather earrings just for you. Actually, I've been wearing them throughout this series. But I thought of you when I bought them. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles. Show me that Ten of Pentacles. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. One more. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Page of Wands. Star. The Emperor. Oh my. Now that's interesting. I feel like you're going to take control of your desire at some point, and I hope you do. I agree with you. It's looking like I got you taking stock of the situation. Okay? It's a beginning, I'll take that. You have, I know you do, big energy inside you. Ask yourself how you were able to do this long. Is my frame fucking crooked? This drives me crazy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be all random like that. Most of the time I just hit record and I go. I don't really have time to think about technicalities, but sometimes, god dang, it's so off. I wish I could lock that into place. Unfortunately, I can't. Every time I remove the camera, it's subject to move, and that drives me bananas. So the background's always slightly crooked. I'm sorry. Sorry. I am that person when I see a cat, kitty, and I just I completely get distracted. I'm sorry. I promise you, it's not a short attention span. It's just, I have, by the way, I don't know, I'm sure I've told you this. I have 5 placements in Libra, including Lilith. So when things are not balanced, it drives me fucking crazy. Drives me crazy. But the Aries in me today was being impatient and said, Christina, just fucking film. Okay, Page of Wands. Page of Wands. The Star, the Emperor. I feel heavily, I do, that this is you. And part of you is waking up to the fact that you need to take control of your desires, your hopes, your dreams, and start asking yourself, is this contributing to my stability? Yes, indeed. Good. You have a strong practical side. And I know you've got an Emperor in you. I know you do. I think we're starting to take control of what feels like a desire that's running out of control. Give too much to it and it doesn't give back to you. The Emperor doesn't jive with that. Say what you will about that guy. He's uptight. Control issues, begrudging, this is how it has to be. But you know what? He gets shit done. That's why a lot of people resent the Emperor. He doesn't hang out with excuses. And that's why he can be controlling. But it's also self-empowerment. For that reason. I know you got an Emperor in you somewhere. And he kicks in when it comes to foundation. Libra, what you're desiring Does that give to this at all? Is it practical? Is it stable? Or is our desire here not stable? Because you know what? I'm kind of tired of not living through a dream that isn't stable. We're opening up towards this. We're examining it critically. And guess what happens? High Priestess kicks in. The world. We felt it. We felt we were supposed to cycle this thing out. And when you do, oh boy, does your energy fucking relax. Finally. Alright. Yes. Some of the High Priestess, please. I'm not saying this is easy. No, I've seen your process. I know this isn't easy. Oh no. I see it. It's right there. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but I can tell you right now, it started here in Aquarius season. And it might hit peak by Aries, if not sooner. Especially as we're waking up to the spring. For some of you, it was a long, dark winter. It was a long, dark winter. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why? Don't think about that. Don't think about that. It might end. It never began. You need not fear an ending, honey. You put your effort in, I see that. You started losing feeling for this a long time ago. It was just hard for you to admit. Sorry. There you are. You really just kind of celebrate again. Easily, simply, that you understand. You would like small achievements back in your life again, and you would like the smallest of celebrations again. Some of you, it was a really long, dark winter. And your soul's kind of waking up. Your mind is kind of waking up, your spirit's kind of waking up, saying this is out of control. And frankly, Libra, honey, if we're being honest with ourselves, you're saying, this is stupid. And it takes a lot to admit that. You know? I bemoan people who turn down star pathways without having tried. It's like, dude, you're never going to know what could be. You didn't have the guts to try. And then I also equally feel sad for those people who really put their best into something that called to them, but it wouldn't give back. That doesn't mean your desire was wrong. That just means the other parts weren't being played the way they should have been. Again, we don't know until we try. And here your Emperor is evaluating that star critically. Is this helping? Seven of Pentacles, it's been I know you've been trying to avoid, I know, this is it. This is willful. This is willful. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. It's been growing with you for so long. You don't want to think about it. You don't even want to think about how long this has been going on. And even then, when you did think about it, I don't know what to do anyway, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to keep doing what I know. Your intuition's out and it's telling you to listen to this. Look at the time, Libra. Look at how much time has passed. Look at how often you tried to dodge this, not look at it, not feel it. How much time has passed and has it contributed to who you are? Your stability, your foundation, your standing in community, family, and friends. Has it done any of that, whatever this is? No. And I tell you, it's hard, honey. I get it. You put yourself that much into something or someone and it doesn't pay back. It's a hard fucking thing to look at and be like, Jesus. I didn't do that. There's no way I did that. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Yes, it is. That's all that Seven of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles is. It's been going on for a long time and the old back and forth. I don't know what to do with it anyway. Yes, you did. Let's take a look at that. The world. And it's catching up with you. My point is, with your High Priestess out, it's catching up with you. It took a while, but it's catching up with you. Show me. Some of the world, again, doesn't have to be love, or it could be work. I know people, and I have known people who absolutely love their job. Love it. But they hate the people they work with. They hate the environment, but they love what they do. It's kind of like that too. See what I'm saying? And they still try to give it their best of efforts, but the environment's still shit. or it's horrible people there. I've known lots of people like that. Goals in this life. Let's say you wanted to open up, I don't know, some kind of pet shop that does something or another, and you love it. You put your whole heart into it. You love working with animals, but you can't stay in the black, or you can't even come out even. You know? That's what I'm talking about. But it all lends to you. It all helps you develop. But I praise you for trying. What really sucks is when people don't try, because then they will never truly know. And it denotes a lack of courage and passivity. Fear. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Death. You got it, babe. You got it. You got it, babe. 100%. You got it. 100%. You got it. You're doing what you need to do. You got it. I feel like I just gave you an almost 40-minute lecture for nothing. You got it. You have to believe in that. You got it. You're going to stop showing this thing love. Whatever it is. You're dropping it out. You're not just cycling it. You're killing it. You will be taking swift action towards it when the timing is right. But you're telling me whatever this is that you put so much heart into, you're no longer putting your heart into it. There's your best heart right there. I already saw it. You're saying, I can no longer afford to put my best heart into this. It's over. I'm cycling this. Good. And it's looking like it's permanent this time. Which reminds me. Given this much mental conflict and fear of ending, some of you, with whatever this scenario is, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Sometimes I don't remember. You might have had some warm-up energy. Okay? In that you tried to end it before or exit it before. And it was kind of like trying to quit a bad habit like drinking or smoking. Sometimes you got to try quitting a couple of times before it actually takes. And I think you tried to quit and or exit this situation a couple of times and it didn't take. And you had to get to a point where you were so exhausted, so mentally conflicted, where you're having to literally summon forth any sort of positive energy to continue to give to this, that you finally started calling it quits. Your Emperor popped out and said, hey, Libra, this star you're desiring so much, is this feasible? Does this give to who we are? Is this stable? Does this have any fucking thing to do with our Ten of Pentacles? Let's look at that. And your High Priestess shows up, says, Libra, we gotta have a talk. Look at how long we've been doing this. And then you're like, there's no more contest here, man. There's no more contest, and I'm actually quite pleased to see that for you. Nothing is ever so valuable when we know to shut something down that just takes away from us. It's a hard thing to do, man. It's one of the hardest lessons you will ever have to learn. You can't, there's just some things, people, situations, places, people that you can't compromise with, that you cannot show enough love to. It's just a bottomless fucking well. And guess who okay, so the need to supply that is endless without any proof of return, but guess who actually bottoms out? You. Not that situation or person, you. You bottomed out for something or somebody. Whatever that was, it was a void. It couldn't get enough of whatever it is you were putting into it. And don't worry about that. I want you to really pay attention to this piece in that respect of the good karma you put into this. You will get it back. It's just not in the form that you had hoped it would take. And I need you to understand that. You cannot generate this kind of activity for someone or something. Love, time, care, and attention, your best intentions, hopes, and wishes, and not get it back. It's just not from this. If it was giving back to you, you wouldn't have killed it. That's it. It wouldn't have caused you this much conflict. You wouldn't have to warm up to it. I promise you, that good energy you put into this, you will get back. It'll just be in a different form. The one that you did not expect, but the reward that you deserve. This is not what you deserve. You want to know how I know it? Didn't give back to you. That's it. You can't see it now. For right now, it's enough that you cut this thing off. Okay? It's enough. But you have to understand when you do things like this, it opens you up to that which is for you. Okay? You'll get all that back, just in a different way. And that's real. You feel it in some way. And that's real justice. You. That is true justice. That is proper justice. Okay? Proper karmic justice, both good and bad. People hear the word karma and they automatically assume negative. It works positive too. Right? Okay. Four of Swords. Resting. Yeah. Okay. After all that, I don't blame you. You didn't go quiet for a while. You're going to take a little nap. You're going to have some R&R. You're going to rest. You, honey, to your credit, full on credit, when you went in there, kicked its ass, called it quits, cut it, you meant it. No more little warm-up acts. You're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. Look at how much energy you put into this. Of course you're going to be fucking tired. Show me that Four of Swords. Resting. You put up the do not disturb sign. Leave me alone. I need some quiet time. Yes. Show me that Four of Swords, please. What you set into motion indeed. Show me that Four of Swords. Rest, recoup, rest. You've earned it. King of Swords, and you know it. Nine of Cups. The Devil. So in this phase of resting, you have really started to critically examine that which you thought made you happy, and persistence. What does persistence look like? You might have some very strong Capricorn in your chart. What does persistence look like? What does toxicity of good feeling look like to you? Just because it made you feel really, really good doesn't mean it was good for you. And that's exactly what this is, and I don't want that to put you off. Please understand, these are thoughts. These are active, quiet thoughts. These are things you are contemplating. And you are showing me that you are learning the lessons, okay? That just because something feels good to you and that you are determined to meet it doesn't mean it's actually for you. Knowing when and how and to give your energy, your determination, and the best of your feeling because it comes back to you. Not obsessively throwing your energy onto something expecting it to pay out, because that is a recipe for disaster. Honey, let me tell you something. The world is filled with cynical, jaded people who refuse to learn. I know because I see it in the comments every damn day. Well, they owe me. They're a narcissist because they wouldn't give me the love I deserve. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody. Like I said, just because you went into the arena with a full heart doesn't mean the other person showed up at all. Doesn't make them a narcissist. That just means they're not for you. That's why we have to learn, make ourselves responsible for what we're doing. And once we lack proof, move on. Once we have no proof that someone gives a shit, or they can't give back to us in equal measure, it's on us. It's on us to do the hard thing, not them. Because if they cared, they would have shown the fuck up. Right? So you gotta show up for you. Do the right thing. For you. No one else. Understand what behavior patterns look like. Just because you did something out of good heart and good intentions doesn't mean it was correct. You know? That's what happens when we disrupt the balance. You overgave to someone who, or something, a situation, job, that didn't give back to you in equal measure. Thus it became toxic, and you created the imbalance. But again, I credit you for trying. But there was a point back here when you were supposed to stop trying. That's it. You had a hard lesson, but you fucking learned it. It's more than what I can say for a lot of people. That is more than what I can say for a lot of people. You have a beautiful heart, honey. You have a beautiful energy and a really strong sense of vivaciousness in you. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. That has taken you a long way. So put that beautiful energy into people, places, things, situations, jobs, whatever that deserve it. The Chariot, Four of Swords, yes, yes. Yeah, I know, there you go. While you're in resting phase, please know, you will rejoice and celebrate once more. Your Chariot, your most constructive, forward-moving heart space, will move forward with strength in time. Take care of yourself, and just please know you will connect with people in a way that celebrates you and your energy in time. Okay? The way it should be. Simply and easy. I can't begin to impress upon you how much more your energy is going to wake up and feel free, celebratory, strong pats on the back for lessons learned, and you start rejoicing again in the spring. Your energy is becoming so much lighter every day after having done the hard thing. Okay? All right. And it's going to get higher and higher and easier and lighter and lighter. After you've gone through a resting phase, you recovered from that so-called friend. That's why you're disappointed. There's that Four of Cups again. We put constructive effort into what looks like a soul bond that disappointed us. Someone we've known a long time, but the constructive efforts were not cooperative. You overgave, I'm guessing. And the input you received or the output you received was minimal. There wasn't much cooperation here. You two weren't building at the same time, if they ever showed up to build at all. So not only did you build for yourself, you probably tried building for them too. And so when they showed up to survey the work from time to time, they're like, oh, good job. Maybe you're so happy, you're so positive. I'll take that. Now I'm going to excuse myself. Yeah. You managed to do quite a bit with very little. But that's not a good thing, honey. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. And that's what we're learning. Just because you feel good about something doesn't mean it's right. You can disrupt the balance too. When you try to interfere with something that shouldn't be. Good intentions or bad intentions. It can outweigh the scales. Okay? How do you know? Going back to square one. Are you waiting to receive your just due? Your due justice. Whatever. If it's meant for you, it doesn't leave you waiting. It tells you almost right away if it's for you or not. But again, I give you props for trying. Not a... man. A lot of people don't because it's just easier not to. I'd rather you had tried and failed than to not have tried at all, because when you don't try at all, you will always fail. That's it. So what are you out of this? You're wiser for wear. You know what it is you can do. You know the strength of your feeling now. You know the strength of your ability now. You've learned all this. And whatever it is that did not participate, they won't have the same knowledge that you do. Can't. So you're more equipped now to live life than the other person, if there is another person, you understand? I'll take that. I'd learn this skill too, than say nothing at all. Yeah, I prefer to learn lessons even if they're painful than to not have learned them at all. Because we're not living life, you know? We're not living life. And I'm sorry you had to learn this one the hard way, but I'm also not sorry. The odds of you doing it again are now very, very low. Any critical time frames? It's looking like, for many of you, I think many of you are still in this process of trying to cut away from it, but you can't fully. It's like you're still testing out that ending energy for you. but you haven't fully committed to it. Can I see the world, please? For some of you, not until next Scorpio season will you feel fully comfortable to cut this thing out. For others of you, it might have been last Scorpio season. That's heavy end of world energy right there. Let's see here. For right now, you are holding back, but still keeping your heart open towards interacting with this. In other words, you still have hope in you that whatever it is that you're holding on to might still engage a little bit with you, that you might still get something from it. And again, it could be monetary, it could be love, I don't know. Right now, we're still trying to keep ourselves open towards this on a very small heart space. Okay, so not for a while is my point. For others of you, April, I see your energy becoming a lot softer in several months. Yeah, I've seen lots of fours here today, including Aries. That's the world. For others of you, inevitably this energy will complete its cycle in a month or so. 4 to 8 weeks. Right now I can see that many of you are still actively avoiding. But when you open your heart up to its fullness and doing what's right for you, then I see you making the decision to move forward. Many of you, like I said, are still in this testing phase. Can I quit this? I can try. I'm not good at it. No, it causes me too much anxiety to quit it. Okay. The 10th might be important. The 7th, the 17th, the 4th, as I said, and anywhere between 7 to 8 days or 7 to 8 weeks. I'm sorry I can't narrow it down, but most of the activity seems to be concentrated over the next several months. I'm being told to look at one more. All right, well, that doesn't give me any context. Page of Swords. Ace of Wands. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Many of you have just started to show signs of curiosity of doing something else and using your energy elsewhere. I want you to follow that. Because as long as you continue to give to this, these kind of new opportunities that are exciting and invigorating and really can use your energy are always going to remain small. Because too much of you is going outward to that which doesn't matter. Now, I'm not saying this situation or person isn't important to you. Clearly it is. But it also clearly does not present itself to you the same way. Work, friendship, family, love. Okay. I promise. Once you set the wheel in motion, once you do the thing and you stand by it, you're going to feel so much better. And that's how I know it's right for you. You almost begin immediately to start to feel light. Radical acceptance is a hell of a thing, honey. It's a hell of a thing. But you have to give yourself permission to radically accept this. Okay, and only you can do that, not me. I know, with all the energy that you're putting into this, you feel isolated. That's because it's one-sided. Yes. Dazed and confused, you don't understand any of it, and it causes a great deal of fear and anxiety. You're telling me what was the point of this? What's the point of this? What the point of this whole thing is exactly what you're learning right now. Just because you have big feelings, you have big dreams, hopes, and desires, does not mean it's equal. Okay? And then you're, okay, well then why did I have big feelings? You were supposed to try it. The other side is lacking. You can't control whatever the other side is. You also had to learn to make this decision. To see things for what they are, not what they're not, right? And the next time you understand what something is as a star, you are more equipped to understand if it's right for you and that you are desiring it appropriately, instead of just saying, the more I give to it, it'll eventually show me something back. That's obsession. That's fear talking. Okay? There's a lot of fear and anxiety here, and I understand why. And you felt isolated about this the whole time. I know. Open up. That's the... I know. I told you. I see your energy getting lighter as soon as you release this. Yeah, exactly. Opening up, and then it goes directly into positive change. And as I tell this people all the time, when they exit something, they end something, and they immediately start showing me healing. They immediately start showing me lightheartedness. They immediately show me relaxed energy. I know it was right for them. That tells me how much they were giving inappropriately or wrongly to a person, place, situation, or circumstance that probably should have ended a long time ago. And that's what you're showing me, lightness. As soon as the thing is done, your energy becomes light, and that means radical acceptance. So when I tell you, many of you are still in this, I'm trying it out, I'm trying to end it, but I can't commit to it. That's causing you a lot of pain to do that. So that's going to be the process for some of you for a while, until you radically accept what you've been feeling for a long time now. And when you do the thing, you accept it. This is radical acceptance. I used to show this thing so much heart, and now I no longer choose to. That's radical acceptance. You become so much lighter. It's separation anxiety for some of you. Some of you are terrified to separate. You're healing old wounds. Some of you have been hurt like this before. You don't want to be hurt again. I got news for you, honey. It hurts you every day. It's just in a different way. You're terrified of an ending, and I'm telling you, nothing ever started. Not really. Not where it counted. It's like, I can't be hurt again. You already are hurt. Don't allow the hurt to happen further. Okay. I think you got it. I think you got it. Yeah, epiphany. Some of y'all that hit really hard. Oh, I did that. Something over here. Why am I pulling this? 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 This is the new romance angels. That doesn't make any... Why am I pulling this? They told me to pick it up. Okay. Why? Wedding. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Healing family wounds, soulmate. Feeling family issues, family issues, and your soulmate. Some of you were so attracted to this person. When you pulled somebody in that you felt was your soulmate, you really felt that that was the one. It was another reflection of healing those family issues. Healing old wounds. You were so deeply attracted to this person, you really felt that they were a soulmate. They might have been, they may not have been. But you really thought there was something solid coming from this. They were very silent, and you're like, I'll just do the work for the both of us. I can attract for the both of us. I know this person's my soulmate. And, you know, they just need to heal some family wounds, and we had such strong romantic feelings. I'm not saying this is new at all. I'm not saying this as new at all. You really felt that it was safe to love this person. You put a lot of hope into them. This is not new. This is what you experienced, I believe. This person, whatever this is, or situation, was a reflection of wounds that had not been healed. I believe. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. I hope this helped you. It's not the easiest, but looking at what I saw today, I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be a lesson learned for you. And the sooner you're done with it, and I mean well and truly done with it, the sooner you can get back to what matters, and that's you. Your sense of life, well-being, and celebration in this world. You have so much beautiful potential in you. Good feeling, good intention, good drive, ambition, focus. Use it on those people, places, situations, circumstance, jobs, love interests that can show you the same. If you ever have to feel like you are compensating for someone else's feelings and or activity, or rather lack of activity, I promise you, you've gotten yourself into that space of, oh no, that makes me feel good, so it must be right. Okay? Don't get in that position where you end up working 2 or 3 times as hard to make up for what isn't there. Okay. Good luck to you. Put in the comments as you see fit. We'll check up on you in a couple weeks when I will be doing the Celtic Cross readings. I don't know that I'll necessarily see a continuation of this, but still, it'll be good to check in on you. Okay? Put in the comments, honey. Take care. Be well.